Welcome to the Heavy Sweater Podcast. My name is John King. Thanks for listening to the podcast. If this is your first time listening, this is the Heavy Sweater Podcast, a deep dive into the beginnings of Australian musicians and bands of the heavy variety. And this week's guest is Jordan Lalchand from Lalchand. Short episode this week. I had to squeeze it in a bit over a month ago when I had like heaps of stuff going on, and funnily enough I have heaps of stuff going on right now as well. But I had a great talk with Jordan. He's a super nice guy. He's hardworking and he writes killer music. Go check out his new EP, The View From Here, on any and all streaming services. It's so sick. I froth it. Big progressive vibes. And also, Bozo, my dog, is in the background. He's going off because I'm a professional. So with all that being said, it's Wednesday and you know what that means. Hey man, how you doing?
Very good, very good. Woke up not too long ago, but doing well. Had my coffee.
Sick.
All good.
Cool, man. Fuck yeah, coffee rips. Sick. We'll get straight into everything, man. And like, what's the sort of first heavy-ish band you remember hearing?
First heavyish band. Probably Alter Bridge.
Alter
Yeah,
Bridge. Okay.
yeah. Like I feel like compared to what I listen to now, they're not that heavy, but I
Yeah.
definitely think they're the band that sort of pushed me into the heavy direction for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Like your gateway band.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much. Pretty
sick.
much.
Fuck yeah.
Hmm.
Do you fuck with what they're doing now?
Yeah, like I definitely don't listen to it as much, but I
Yeah.
can still appreciate it as a lifelong fan. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Sick.
Mm.
Cool, man. And then like from Alter Bridge, how quick is the slope for you to just dive into heavy music?
Um, I reckon like at least probably like a year like after that I got into bands like Periphery and
Okay.
Kill Switch Engage.
Sick.
And then yeah, that kind of took me down the whole gent gent
Sick.
route.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
listen to all those bands. Yeah.
Cool. Fuck yeah. Periphery is sick. And like it makes perfect sense listening to like what you've just been putting out.
Mhm.
That's
Okay,
sick.
that's good. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
like I was listening to it the other day and it's like I can see the periphery and I can see like a bit of like August Burns Red vibes.
Mhm.
Just like progressive, sick shit.
Oh well, thank you, man.
Yeah. It's all good. Cool. And then like from listening to that, like where does wanting to play an instrument come into play for you?
I started playing guitar when I was in like grade three.
Okay,
So
sick.
that was back in 2005.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm actually not from Australia. I moved
Yeah.
here from Malaysia in
Cool.
2004, and I remember my dad used to play guitar. And I think, yeah, I guess like adjusting to a new country. I
Yeah.
think my mom was kind of like pushed me like, hey, I think you should play guitar. And like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I just
Guitars
yeah,
are
kind
cool
of
in any
stuck to that.
country.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I actually played saxophone for a year,
Oh,
and
sick.
my mom was like, "You have to like pick." I'm like, "Guitar seems cooler, so I'm just gonna stick with guitar."
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's
that
sick.
out of the way.
Yeah. Saxophone's equally as cool, but like
It
guitar's
is.
just sick.
Mm, yeah,
Cool, man.
exactly.
And so was that before Alter Bridge that you started playing guitar?
Yeah, definitely
Okay.
way before. I think I first started learning stuff like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, so
Sick.
definitely like far away from from the heavy stuff.
Yeah, yeah, cool, man. Sick. And then like from playing guitar, listening to Alter Bridge, and then like where's the change for you to want to be in bands?
um, oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think when I got into when I went to high school,
Yeah.
like I think I'd sort of just moved schools as well, so I was kind of feeling a bit like I guess out of place, and I felt like guitar was just something that um, I don't know. I put more time and effort into instead of
Yeah.
talking to people. I would just
Sick.
play guitar, and I think that it kind of like it snowballed from there
Yeah.
as something like like I really like doing this. I really want to get into this eventually and do it as a career.
Yeah.
Not there yet, but I'm trying to work towards it. So
All about
um,
fucking getting after the dream, man.
yeah, that's it. And I guess yeah, just over the years, just the more I delved into it, yeah, just the more like I love doing it, and I can't really imagine doing anything else. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, it was
Sick.
kind of like a yeah. It was a progressive thing, I guess.
Sick. So just like as you're meeting people through high school and like other people's
Yeah.
interests and other people, like there's always the metal kids in Australian schools that usually aren't as like communicated to as much as like the normal kids.
Yeah, well, you know what? I went to a Christian school, and there was only like
Oh,
two metalheads. Yeah,
yeah,
so
that'll do it. Yeah.
and back then I wasn't even into metal, so I thought they were weird as well. And then I
Oh,
eventually got
sick.
into it. So
That's excellent.
yeah,
That's so sick.
yeah.
Well, sick. And then like, what is your first band? Like, was it from like leaving high school and then like just gigging through the scene, or what's like your story?
I think I tried to start something with a mate in like year eight, and
Okay,
we didn't really do anything. I think we wrote like one song, and it was pretty bad. And
sick.
I think, yeah, I think after high school, I was trying to do gigs with some other friends from high school, and that was more
Yeah.
like indie rock kind of stuff.
Okay.
And that didn't really work out. And I guess the first sort of real band was with my old band Shepherd.
Okay. Cool.
We yeah, they were also friends from school, but like the year below me, I
Oh,
think.
okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, we just they went to heavy music, and then we kind of did an EP together, and
Sick.
did a few shows for a couple of years, and things were going well. But I think we all had different ideas of where to we wanted to go, and that kind of just didn't work out. But yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of different things there.
Sick. Cool. Well, yeah, like that's sort of like growth from like starting a band to where the band goes next. If everybody's not on the same page or people aren't willing to compromise, it can easily just like tear a band apart.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think communication in the band is super important,
Yeah,
or
for
else you
sure.
just goes down. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Sick, man. Well, I'll talk to you about your new release you've got coming out. You've got a whole EP coming out with a bunch of sick songs already out and a bunch of features on a heap of songs. And what's the writing process like that for you?
I mean, a lot of the songs, I mean, yeah, I feel like most of it was written back when I was in my old band. So
Okay.
they were all sort of like stockpile ideas, except maybe like one or two of them, which I think I wrote last year in lockdown.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess my writing process is like I don't know. Sometimes I come back to songs like years after, like some of those
Yeah.
songs. Other songs, like my latest single, which I released, was just written like while I was watching TV.
Oh,
I
sick.
was just chilling out and jamming, and yeah, sometimes they come together pretty fast. Other times, yeah, I don't know. It takes a while, but it's good
Yeah.
because you know I'm working with Sam, who mixed and mastered the EP. Like he was super helpful and kind of he almost like played some producing kind of role in it,
Oh, cool.
which he kind of, yeah, suggested things and added things, and that was super helpful because I guess being in a band, like you can bounce ideas off
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
other. When it's by yourself, it's pretty like nerve wracking.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't know if this sounds good or this is right. So yeah, it was definitely a different process from writing with a band, but yeah, super happy with it.
Sick.
And yeah, hopefully it can just improve from here on out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Sick. Well, yeah, like I guess like because it's just a solo project, that it's a bit easier to get too close to certain songs and not be like, is this the right thing to do? But like having somebody to
Mm.
bounce ideas off of is always like beneficial for writing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And like I know it is like considered a solo project, but like I
Yeah.
honestly couldn't have done it without Sam
Yeah.
and
Yeah, for
Isaac,
sure.
who engineered, and Micah did the drums, and
Oh, sick.
my friend Nate, who did all the artwork. Like it's honestly like I wouldn't even put it as a solo project. I just couldn't think of a better name
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
so I'm
Sick.
like I'm just gonna use my name.
Yeah. 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 Is it like just you, or like do you have a band like for when you can play shows? Because you're in Victoria and shows aren't really happening.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna sort of do it live consistently. Like, I want to
Okay.
at least do it once, like do
Yeah.
like a EP release show at some point when we're allowed to. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I suppose I'd go with Isaac, who yeah engineered some of the drums, and
Sick.
Micah, who played drums on it. And then maybe get Sam as well on guitar, and
Yeah.
I gotta like think about all those
Yeah.
logistics and putting it together. But it would be cool. I would
Yeah.
love to do it live at one point, at least once.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And if it works well, then just keep hammering away at it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I think like as well, like the way people consume music now, like live shows will never go away, but also like you can just be like sort of an online project and still build up steam.
Yeah,
Which is
definitely.
sick.
You see a lot of people do that. And yeah, they do it super well.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that's something that can happen, but we shall
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, man. Sick. Cool. And like you've got heaps of features all throughout the new EP. And how was that sort of like put into place? Because you got people like Ryan Wilson and Eric Emery, and then you've got the double feature on the View From Here single.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was planning to do like a heap of guest vocals. It kind of just
Yeah.
worked out that way because I'm not a vocalist, so
Yeah.
I was never planning to sing on the songs. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I mean with Ryan, like he was the vocalist in my old band, and so
Okay.
and then the song that we did, Feast, was like my first single, which I
Yeah.
released 2019. So that was kind of a natural thing.
Yeah.
And I suppose with everyone else, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I just like for example, like with Eric, like with that song, that was actually going to be out as an instrumental last year,
Okay.
like because I wrote it during the like really long lockdown, and I was going to put it
Yeah.
out, and it was like uploaded on DistroKid and already go out, and I just had a feeling like I feel like I should ask Eric to do this because like
Yeah.
I would regret not putting it out. At least I mean like at least asking him like what he can do, say no.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so then I just ended up asking him, and thankfully he was keen, and I think he was free as well, so that was good. And like for example, like with the View From Here, the single I put out last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's because that song I actually wrote with my old bandmate
Okay.
as well. So we kind of collaborated on that, but seeing as the band didn't work out, like it was probably never going to see the light of day
Yeah. Yeah.
unless
For sure.
it got put out somehow. So and yeah, my old bandmate, like he was at least back when we were writing it, he was super big into Silent Planet and Garrett,
Yeah.
and I thought, you know what? Why don't I just ask Garrett to,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
stream
For
on it?
sure,
And
man.
like again, the worst thing you can do is say no or just ignore me.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
he didn't actually respond for like 2 weeks, and then
Oh.
I thought, okay, he's probably not interested. And then yeah, last second he responded, and then he sent through the vocals, and that was awesome. And with Liam, that was a suggestion by Sam, because like
Okay.
they were definitely like when we wrote it, we had clean vocals in mind, and I wasn't too sure who to get for it. And then he suggested Liam, and yeah, same deal, hit Liam up, and yeah, he was down, and he sent through his files, and couldn't be happier.
Sick.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
just
yeah.
yeah, just basically all out of a necessity of me not singing.
Yeah.
Couldn't get someone
Excellent.
else to do it.
Yeah. Excellent, man. I said on I think it was one I've recorded but haven't put out yet, a podcast that you can just hit up like musicians, like don't harass people, but like
Yeah,
the worst they can say is no or nothing at all. So like it doesn't hurt to ask just little questions or like, hey, would you be keen to do this? Or hey, how do I do this? And yeah, go from there.
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. Well, that's excellent, man. And outside of the final release, have you got any other plans like later on, like more music, videos, shows? Well, you already spoke about shows, so that doesn't don't listen to me about that.
We might be doing a music video at some
Cool.
point. We'll just have to wait and see how lockdowns pan
Yeah.
out. What else? New music. Yeah, probably.
Sweet.
I'm always trying to write.
Yeah.
So I will probably. I don't know if I'll do a whole another EP with guest vocals on it.
Yeah.
At least not anytime soon. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe something more instrumental.
Yeah.
At some point. Maybe something like ambient.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see though. It all just depends on what I'm writing or
Yeah.
if I can be bothered doing it.
Excellent, man.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, I think there's a huge lane for like instrumental heavy music because there's like the Doom soundtracks, and then
Mm.
Andrew from the Ghost Inside had his side project of just instrumentals, and then like bands are just putting out instrumental versions of their entire albums, like North Lane and Issues and In Heart's Wake, like just heaps of instrumental music because like the music's still sick. It doesn't need vocals, but vocals helps.
Yeah, exactly. I love instrumental music. It's great music to just like, study to, or just
Yeah, yeah.
go on a walk with. You have to concentrate on what people are saying.
You don't have like the browbeating of someone screaming at you all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Yeah. Excellent, man. Cool. Well, thanks for doing the podcast, man.
No, all good. I was happy to be here, and thanks for having me.
It's all good, man. And
Uh,
we'll hit your top five favorite bands, and you can go into why or like favorite albums and whatever else you like about those bands.
yeah. I mean, I have to say Alter Bridge is probably number one. Even though
Sick.
I don't, as I said, I don't really listen to them anymore or
Yeah,
as
yeah,
much, but they're definitely like a band that help me with songwriting and
yeah,
guitar playing. So they'll always sort of be they'll always be on the list somehow.
yeah, for sure.
Guns N' Roses, they were
Okay.
probably um the rock band which I first got into, which was then a gateway for Alter Bridge.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they kind of below that, and that definitely
And
helped me.
they
Yeah,
sort of tie in a bit as well because like Miles Kennedy sings for Slash's solo band.
exactly, and that's
Sick.
sort of how I got into Alter Bridge, because like he was doing the stuff with Slash, and I'm like,
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
this singer? And then I got into Alter
yeah.
Bridge.
Sick. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
Slash live at like a Soundwave like ages ago. I think it was the last one,
yeah,
the
yeah,
one
right.
Slipknot played. Yeah, and I was just like, oh, cool. Like they're just killing it. And then Slipknot destroyed for like hours.
Yeah, I think they did like a sideshow that year, Slash and Miles Kennedy, and I think at Festival Hall. So
Okay,
I went to
sick.
that one. That was cool.
Excellent.
Um, Other bands, Periphery for
Yep.
sure. Just the way, not even the way they like write music, but the way that they kind of treat their band as a business, and
Yeah,
they do everything in house. It's super. I think a lot of modern metal bands that kind of take that approach to how they
definitely.
do things, which is sick.
Yeah.
Um, Other bands. It's an indie rock band called Bombay Bicycle Club,
Okay.
from the UK. Um, really love them. Sick indie rock sound.
That's a fucking cool name too.
Yeah, yeah. It's like an Indian restaurant. So if you Google
Oh,
it,
okay.
then the Indian restaurant just come up.
That's so
But
sick.
but no, they're awesome. They're not super well known, but yeah, I love their music.
Cool.
And Man, this is so tough. I'm just gonna look at my Apple Music
Yep,
library and
that's all
see.
good.
uh, Geez, I'm just gonna say not a band, but I'm just gonna say John Mayer, just
Okay.
because he came up, and I do
Sweet.
love me some John Mayer.
Cool. I like this keeps coming up in like my personal life of like John Mayer. I cannot name a single John Mayer song, but like I know who he
Really,
is. Yeah. I've
really.
I've never listened to his music, and if I have, I don't know that I'm listening to it.
Yeah, I feel like maybe like that he does have some songs which are like will pop up in like soundtracks here and there, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
really old like rom-com 2004 kind
Yeah.
of movies.
Yeah. Sick.
But are you a guitar player?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, I feel like you would appreciate John Mayer
Okay.
very
Yeah,
much.
I just
He's
never have been like, oh
awesome.
yeah, I'll listen to John Mayer. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't even come into my brain. And then when someone's like talking about John Mayer, I'm like, oh yeah, he exists. And like
Yeah.
he must be sick because he's got like a rad Fender endorsement that he's had for
Mhm.
ages. So like he has to be
Well,
a good guitar player.
he's actually with PRS now. He's not
Oh,
with
well,
Fender anymore. Yeah.
fucking there we go. Even better.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck. I might have to listen to John Mayer after this. See what it's all
Yes.
about. Cool, man. And socials. Do you want to hit your socials for everything, and then we'll shut it down.
Yeah. Well, you can find me on Facebook at Lalchand Music. That's Lalchand. Got to spell
Yep.
it, or else people say Lachlan. Same with Instagram.
Yep.
And I think those are like my only socials.
Okay, cool. And
So
your
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Lalchand Music as well, all the same. So
Yeah.
easy to find. Yeah.
Sick. And when's the EP dropping?
Dropping 8th of October.
Sweet. And it'll be available wherever you listen to music.
Exact wherever, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, if
Yep.
anyone uses that.
Yep.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Cool, man. Thanks again.
No, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
It's all good. Done for another week. Huge thanks to Jordan. Like I said in the intro, he's a really great guy, super nice, super creative. Go check out his EP, The View From Here, on all streaming services, and go check him out on Facebook at Lalchand and Instagram at Lalchand Music. And if you like what I'm doing here with the podcast, share it, tell a friend, and subscribe and follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you listen, and on Instagram and Facebook at Heavy Sweater Podcast. And once again, same as last week, some personal plugs. My band show, kind of playing some shows coming up with our fucking boys in isolation on their This World Grows Cold Queensland tour. The dates are as follows: November 5th at the Irish Club in Toowoomba, alongside Dissect, Deep Bleach, and Isolation. November 6th at the Black Box Theatre. It's a licensed all-ages show, alongside Dissect, Dead Nerve, and Isolation. November 26th at Golby's Basement, alongside Dissect, Deep Bleach, and Isolation. Yeah, I'm recording this Tuesday night at 10 o'clock, and it's very stressful. So come back next week for a new episode. Thanks. Today's podcast is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space, so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo. Apply today and become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's Podgo at podgo.co, and be sure to add my podcast in the How Did You Hear About Podgo section of the application.